Team Fortress 2 came out in 2007. When it came out, it had 9 playable classes: Scout, Soldier, Pyro, Demoman, Heavy, Engineer, Medic, Sniper, and Spy.
Off to visit your mother!
With differing weapons for all of them. Lots of maps, game modes, server support, community modding, and had constant dev support, with new updates for around 10 years. And as much as we love to complain about how long it's been since Jungle Inferno, you can't deny that what we have is more than most games will ever have in terms of content. The other TF2, Titanfall 2, came out in October 2016. When it came out, it had 6 playable Titans with a few different maps. It had a great campaign with enough deep gameplay mechanics and game modes to satisfy for now and be greatly expanded on in the future. In December of 2017, Titanfall 2 would get its last update, Operation Endeavor, which would add some new war paints, a couple LTMs, some gameplay changes, and a few banners. During the time between these updates, Titanfall 2 would only get a few new maps, like Wargames, Traffics, and Relic, which is just a remake from Titanfall 1. Some guns, and one new Titan, Monarch. That's it. These games, as different in update quantity and quality as they are, both came out in finished states, so that even if they got no more updates from now on, the players will be relatively happy with what they have. But oh my god, some of the newer games that are coming out don't even fucking try. Alright, I have to say a few things before we get started. 1, any criticism I give in this video is set to the corporations and not the game devs. 2, I'll mainly be talking about missing content more than like bugs and glitches, since there are already a million of those types of videos. And 3, I won't be talking too much about crunch culture, as the YouTuber Noodle already made an amazing video on that and it'll be linked in the description. First off, I want to talk about the game that actually inspired this video, Halo Infinite. This game is so fun. And when it came out, I played it religiously. I even got to Platinum. But soon enough, I started to get really bored of it. The only real game modes out at the time were like Fiesta and Oddball, with only the basics filling in the rest. The Battle Pass was ridiculously hard to get XP for. There was no story mode. There wasn't Forge. I could keep going. For as good as the gameplay was, especially with a live service multiplayer game, you need variety and finality. It has to be finished. Halo Infinite came out completely unfinished, and because of that, I and a lot of other players I know completely lost interest. And that right there is the whole point of the video. If your game comes out unfinished, broken, empty, or anything other than a final product at launch, it just won't succeed. Usually there are some games that, despite either being broken or just lifeless, actually launched and survived. Like No Man's Sky or Minecraft.
David, is everything okay?
But the reasons these survive is because of that first word I mentioned earlier, variety. These were somewhat lacking in it, especially No Man's Sky, but they had potential, so players endured. They are also single-player games. They are not meant to be played in online lobbies with people, so if they have a player drought, it doesn't really matter. Some games are just as lifeless as these when they come out, like Halo Infinite, but are live multiplayer games that need an active player base to survive. If there's nobody in a lobby, then what's the point in getting in one? Some, of course, don't even make it this far. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the worst f***ups I've ever seen. Cyberpunk is like saying an ultrasound of your 3-month-old baby is already born and, in fact, is breakdancing outside of your mother's womb. Okay, weird metaphor, but you get what I'm talking about. As I said, I won't really be talking about technical issues or glitches, but, I mean, there's no way I couldn't bring up Cyberpunk.
You're breathtaking!
It really is just such a shame to see great games die before they get their feet off the ground, because these corporations just want to push them out as fast as possible without thinking about the consequences. They just want to add to their revenue stream, and They don't want to have to pay all these devs to finish the game. It's basically done. Just push it out. It's really bad when you think about how many people work so hard even just to get to this point. And if they could just finish the game, they know it could be amazing. This is the difference between your two TF2s and your Halo Infinite. TF2 and Titanfall 2 were finished products when they came out. Players saw that they could be expanded on and they waited. Sure, not all of them got expanded on as well as they could be, but you at least had a final product at launch. Halo Infinite, you had to wait for it to be finished. You had to wait for this great game to be finished, and who knows how long. Why would you do that? So the players just gave up. Alright guys, that's this video. I've never made anything like this before, so if this gets any traction at all, I don't know, maybe I'll make something like it again. It's really fun, but you know, this one's pretty short because it's brand new to me. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Like, subscribe, subscribe, please.